The Liberty Bell Award was created 40 years ago by the American Bar Association, for which the Topeka Bar Association has been proud to present in our community since 1994. The purpose of the Liberty Bell Award is to recognize community service that has strengthened the American system freedom under the law. This award is for an individual or an organization that has rendered outstanding service. The purpose of this award is to recognize men and women in organizations, particularly non-lawyers, for their outstanding service in fostering a better understanding and appreciation of the rule of law. To give you a little flavor of those who have received it in the past, we have Judge Joseph Perrin, the Shawnee County Youth Court, Washburn Law Clinic, Don Troth, Court Administrator, just to name a few. Recently, we've had the Shawnee County District Drug Court and then the Topeka Bar Association Expungement Project. This year's theme is Advancing the Rule of Law Now. The rule of law is the bedrock of the rule of law is the bedrock of American rights and liberties in times of calm and in times of unrest. In 2021, the Law Day theme, Advancing the Rule of Law Now, reminds all of us that we all share a responsibility to promote the law and to defend liberty and to pursue justice. Today, to award the Liberty Bell Award, I will turn the time over to our Chief Judge, Judge Anderson.
Thank you, Angel. It's my honor and privilege this year to present the Liberty Bell Award to someone who is very close to us here at the Shawnee County District Court. This year's winner is LeDon Welch. She is our court administrator. She came to work in the 3rd Judicial District in November of 2018. She has a degree from Kansas State University in management and administration of business. She was the chief clerk in the 12th Judicial District before arriving in Shawnee County. I'm sure many of you are acquainted with her. For those of you that are not acquainted with her, or for that matter, the responsibilities of the Chief Judge, I'll just tell all of you a little bit about some of the key things that we expect of a court administrator here. Of course, we have 160 employees and 15 judges. The court administrator is responsible for supervising, coordinating, and organizing the activities day to day of all of those folks. In some ways, you may see us operate day to day, and it might look like our court administrator is required to herd cats. That's fairly true. In addition to supervisory responsibilities over the general operation, our court administrator is required to prepare our budget, supervise the payment of our daily expenditures, and also serve as the face of the court with the media and with the public. LeDon came to us, and she was deeply involved in all of those functions, but what happened in the last year, I think, is what caused me to nominate LeDon, and that is we all have suffered through a worldwide pandemic. That has changed the way we do business. It has been a challenge for everyone involved. All of you know that we had to shut the court down for a period of time, and we reopened it. We've gone through quarantines, hand washing, you name it, we've all tried to do it, and I know all of you have experienced the same things. LeDon is at the forefront of leading us in all of those ways, in rolling out the technology so that we can work from home and try to manage our essential functions while the court was closed. She has been an aid and an assist to all of our employees who have faced the stress and anxiety of the shutdown. As you know, people have children in school, and the kind of stresses that everybody has had to encounter. LeDon has been at the forefront here in the court managing those stresses and anxieties for everyone. It is my privilege and my pleasure this year to give LeDon the Liberty Bell Award, and it's because she is really, in my estimation, the right person, the right place, at the right time. In all of our experiences, particularly as lawyers, we know we've had challenges and cases from time to time, and we've run into people that have been critical to a function, to a defense of a defendant, to the representation of a plaintiff. And you know, after the end of the case, you've been in the right place at the right time and you had the right person. That is what we have had during the past, now more than a year, with LeDon Welch in our court administrator position. And it again is my honor and privilege to introduce LeDon as the Liberty Bell Award winner for this year.
First of all, thank you, Judge Anderson, for nominating me for the Liberty Bell Award, and thank you to the Topeka Bar Association for selecting me as a recipient of this award. I am beyond humbled and in awe to be nominated, let alone to be awarded the Liberty Bell Award. To say I was surprised by Judge Anderson's nomination would be a huge understatement. As most of you who know me know that I'm seldom at a loss for words, but when he provided me with a copy of the nomination letter, I was truly speechless. It is nothing short of an honor and a pleasure to serve as the court administrator for the 3rd Judicial District. When I had interviewed for this position over 2.5 years ago, it just felt very comfortable. It felt right. I felt at home, which was saying a lot because I've been in the 12th District for 26 years. So to immediately come in somewhere and feel at home was a great feeling. Never did I believe I would ever call Topeka home or that I would work in an urban district, but here I am. And I can honestly say there hasn't been a day that's gone by that I've second-guessed my decision or asked myself, what was I thinking when I accepted this position? It's been wonderful. Over the past 14 months or so, as Judge Anderson referenced, the COVID pandemic has affected everyone and every business. The courts no more or no less so than any others. But being in the public sector, the public service industry, we're viewed at a different level than most. We're constantly under the microscope. The public watches what we do and how we do it. Unfortunately, there is no pandemic manual. I've looked, there isn't one. There's no guidebook to tell us what to do next or how to react to specific instances. Most everything we've done over the last year has been trial and error. We try something, if it doesn't work, we take a step back, we regroup, and we try it again. That's pretty much how we've operated for the past year and almost a year and a half. At the beginning of the pandemic, back in March of 2020, a dear friend of mine who also works for the courts stated, and I'm going to paraphrase this, I've never made so many decisions by just making things up as I go along. And there couldn't be a truer statement. Judge Anderson and I on a daily basis were making things up as we went along just to keep the doors open and the lights on and justice continuing as much as we could. We've made plans, we've rewritten plans, we've retracted plans before they could be implemented. We've put up plexiglass, we've taken down plexiglass. Just this week we were able to get our first 2 jury trials off the ground, and it was a great feeling to know that we can operate in COVID criteria and things do continue as they should, albeit in a different manner. We've had so many staff who've been exposed to COVID and have contracted COVID. We've dealt with quarantines, remote work, remote school for children of our staff and employees, remote hearings, virtual hearings, vaccines and vaccine side effects. We're still dealing with a lot of this. And through this all, we've juggled the requirements of Shawnee County, of KDHE, the Center for Disease Control, and the OJA. And their requirements seldom align with each other, so that's made our job even harder to try and fit within everyone's requirements. During a recent meeting, Judge Osman referenced a quote by Benjamin Franklin that said, "By failing to prepare, you are preparing to fail." This quotation has almost become a mantra for the court. Judge Anderson has used it in previous speeches, and we're in a constant state of planning and preparing, and we're doing everything we can to keep the courts open and providing justice to the citizens of Shawnee County. What I've learned during all this is that the 3rd Judicial District has some of the best judges, staff, and employees that I've ever been able to work with, and I'm honored to be part of the team. My first 2.5 years in Shawnee County and the 3rd Judicial District have been nothing short of remarkable. Call it indoctrination, call it baptism by fire. Either way, we've been through a lot. We've had 2 retirements, 1 resignation for a seat on the Kansas Supreme Court, 3 new judges, making 7 of our 15 district judges new on the bench since 2017. Continual preparations for implementation to the statewide case management system, which is called Odyssey. The resignation of our IT director for a private sector job. The upcoming retirement of our long-term clerk of the district court, Angie Callahan, and a worldwide pandemic. I think we've just about covered, and I think we've handled it pretty well. I've loved every minute of it. It's been stressful and trying a lot of times, but there again, I wouldn't have traded it for anything. I look forward to many more years as the court administrator for the 3rd Judicial District. And thank you, Judge, and thank you, TBA, for your faith, confidence, and trust in me. And thank you for selecting me as a recipient of this award.